This is a story about love, loss, and coming out the other side. It's my story. Goodbye to all this. Podcasts from the BBC World Service are supported by advertising. There's a group of us, mums of kids at the local school, who sit on a Friday morning and have coffee together. We meet at the cafe around the corner from my house in Glebe, a suburb near the city in Sydney, Australia. Usually, we're laughing at the expense of someone's husband. We must look horribly cliched like this, after school drop-off, complaining about men in our lives, the ones we chose to be with forever, the fathers of our children. It's just that with raising kids and paying bills sometimes, the person you do that with, day after day, is hard to like. And here in the coffee shop, with these women, it feels safe. Because we know each other so well. And we all have the same stories. And we feel the same frustrations and the same exhaustion and the same small triumphs too. So we lay it all out for each other and we laugh. And it feels like it will always be like this, that our lives will go on in this safe little place we've made, where things are sometimes hard and tiring, but really very good. We never expect anything really bad will happen. Not to us. I'm Sophie Townsend, with Goodbye to All This, an original podcast from the BBC World Service. It's about losing the man I loved and going on without him. It's about raising two girls through grief and being alone and surviving, mostly intact. Chapter 1. A Shadow. Most of the week is a rush to get the girls dressed, through the school gates, and get myself to work on time. But Fridays are mine, and I don't have to be anywhere after school drop-off. There are no meetings and no deadlines on a Friday, and I can walk slowly back from school, going the long way to see my favourite eucalyptus tree, thinking of nothing but the household chores I'll catch up with, a visit to my parents, maybe some writing I'll do. Fridays are a lovely long breath out.
Yeah, we're just chattering.
Normal highbrow conversation.
Well, I've had to get into politics at some point.
It was a very local time, with kids in preschool and primary school. It was all about them, and we all lived locally. We had kids at the local school, and life was kind of similar for all of us.
I always thought of Nicola as a founding member of the Coffee Mums. I don't think she was really. She was just there before me. There's always been mums at the coffee shop, groups of women talking, laughing, getting through it together.
It kept me sane, and it kept me in touch with the fact that what I was going through was similar to what other women were going through, with all, the things that we thought were tragedies or traumas that our kids were going through or we were going through. It did give it some perspective that it wasn't so traumatic because it was normal.
Coffee mornings, walks around the park, a night down the pub. It keeps us sane. Sane-ish.
Sitting in cafes regularly with people you know, I think you do peel away the layers. I think some people peeled away more layers and felt comfortable. I think I remember days, various people taking their turns to cry about what might be going on.
No one minds the tears, but someone, often the person crying, will always make a joke. An equilibrium is restored. After all, we are the lucky ones. With all the stresses of raising children, we're basically all right. I tell them about Russell. He says he's exhausted, I say, in a way that makes it clear I have no sympathy for it at all. I'm sick of hearing about it. I mean, who do we know who's not tired? He isn't wildly happy at work, I know that, and there's never enough time to get everything done on the weekend. So things are rushed. But so often we're rubbing up against each other the wrong way. We're short with each other, not considerate or kind, because there isn't the time.
I remember something along the lines of, he's complaining about being tired. He doesn't know what tired is, sort of. Yes, so I do remember saying, and I still say it, I've been tired for 20 years since I had my first child. And so when Patrick comes home complaining about being tired, I'm not that interested.
She's right. No one's weariness ever manages to be as interesting as your own. And the exhaustion of someone you live with, someone you're depending on to help you get through all the colds and the stomach bugs and the children's temper tantrums, is not only not interesting, it's infuriating. I'm not going to indulge him. I'm too busy. And maybe, just maybe, I like believing that things are all right, because things always have been. Not perfect, but all right. And I'm tired too. He goes to the doctor's, gets some blood tests done. At the coffee morning, I make fun of that too. Bear and I are off on holidays. Bear, our first child, she's 10, going on 25. She's clever and sophisticated, and not quite a little girl anymore. She's been Bear since she was first born. Baby Bear, then Big Bear when her sister arrived 2 years later. And then just Bear. Our Bear, still, sort of. She's been desperate to go to Tokyo ever since she started watching Japanese cartoons. I want to spend time with her and I'd go anywhere. I can see puberty on the horizon and the attraction of spending time alone with her mother waning. I kiss our younger daughter, who we always call Poppy, like the flower, bright and open and delicate all at once. I'm full of quick and superficial reassurances of the lovely week she'll have with Daddy. She adores her father in that openly physical way 8-year-olds still can. But she's aware, at the airport, even as she holds his hand tight, that her sister is getting the better deal here, that she's being left behind. I kiss him, remind him about the dentist appointment she has this week. Just before we go through the doors, I turn to wave. Poppy waves. He blows a kiss and now I see it. There's exhaustion in his eyes and in the way he stands. How didn't I notice it before? My heart gives that anxious little flip that is usually set off by one of the kids. And Bear tugs on my hand and we go through the doors and I swallow the anxiety. He's just tired. We get lost in a 7-floor stationery store. We eat noodle soup out of a vending machine. We walk the streets buying presents of Hello Kitty socks for her friends.